In a quiet valley nestled between towering mountains, there was a Zen monastery renowned for its serene gardens, flowing streams, and a master known as Tetsuo, a man of simple words but profound wisdom. People from nearby villages would often climb the rocky paths to seek his guidance, hoping to unravel the tangled threads of their lives. One day, a young man named Kenta arrived at the monastery, visibly anxious and restless. His eyes darted around, never settling on one thing for too long. His clothes, though well kept, showed signs of hurried travels. "Master Tetsuo," Kenta began, bowing low, "I have come to you because my life is a mess. I keep comparing myself to others. One friend is wealthier, another more skilled, and a third more respected. I chase after their successes, but I always fall short. How do I find peace?" Tetsuo listened quietly, his gaze fixed on the distant mountains. After a moment, he said, "Kenta, would you do me a favor?" "Of course, master," Kenta replied eagerly. Tetsuo handed him a small, unlit lantern and said, "Take this lantern and light it from the candle in the hall. Then, walk to the edge of the village and return. But there's one condition. Do not let the lantern's flame go out." Kenta thought this an odd request, but agreed. He lit the lantern and began his journey down the uneven path to the village. The wind teased the flame, and he had to shield it with his hands. At times, the path grew narrow, and loose stones threatened to trip him. A few villagers waved or called out to him, but he barely noticed, focused entirely on protecting the flickering flame. When Kenta returned hours later, tired but triumphant, the lantern's flame still burned steadily. "I did it, master," Kenta announced, handing the lantern back to Tetsuo. "The flame never went out." Tetsuo smiled gently. "Good. Now tell me, while you were walking, did you notice the song of the birds?" Kenta paused. "No, master. I was too focused on the flame." "And did you see the flowers blooming along the path?" "No, master. My eyes were on the lantern." Tetsuo's gaze softened as he asked, "Did you compare yourself to anyone you passed?" Kenta blinked. "No, master, I didn't have the time. I was too busy ensuring the flame didn't go out." The Zen master chuckled, his voice as soothing as the stream outside. "Kenta, your life is like that lantern's flame. When you focus on protecting and nurturing your own light, you don't have the time or energy to compare it to others' flames. You walk your path, aware of the challenges but undistracted by the noise around you." Kenta's eyes widened as the realization struck him. He had been so consumed by comparisons that he had neglected his own path. He bowed deeply. "Thank you, master. I understand now." But Tetsuo wasn't finished. "There's more, Kenta. While you focused on your flame, you missed the beauty of the birds and flowers. This is the balance of life, tending to your flame without losing sight of the wonders along the way." Kenta nodded slowly, his heart lighter than it had been in years. He stayed at the monastery for a few days, learning to meditate and walk the gardens with intention. When he finally returned to his village, he carried not just the memory of Tetsuo's lesson, but a renewed sense of purpose. From then on, Kenta focused on his own growth, no longer chasing others' shadows. And though he worked diligently to nurture his flame, he never forgot to pause and admire the flowers along the way.